Only her closest colleagues knew what was coming, that the Prime Minister would announce plans for an early election, blaming opposition parties for trying to undermine the Brexit process.
If we do not hold a general election now, their political game playing will continue, and the negotiations with the European Union will reach their most difficult stage in the run-up to the next scheduled election. Division in Westminster will risk our ability to make a success of Brexit, and it will cause damaging uncertainty and instability to the country.
What the Prime Minister did not mention, but which surely figured high in her thinking, is her enormous lead in the opinion polls. They suggest that she's heading for a crushing victory. But Theresa May has said repeatedly in recent months that she wouldn't succumb to temptation and call an early general election. So her opponents will try to portray her as a cynical, opportunistic politician. Jeremy Corbyn leads the main opposition party Labour, although most of his own colleagues in Parliament have little faith in him. He'll try to make this election about more than Brexit, steering the agenda towards social issues where Labour is stronger.
We're putting the case out there to deal with the housing crisis, to deal with the education funding crisis, to deal with the National Health Service, but above all, about an economy that works for all by investment in our infrastructure, investment in our manufacturing industries, to give real hope and real opportunities for everybody in this country.
In Scotland, the election is likely to be dominated by the independence issue. Scotland's First Minister, who wants to leave the United Kingdom, was typically combative.
I think the Prime Minister has called this election for selfish, narrow party political interests, but she has called it, and therefore I relish the prospect of getting out there, standing up for Scotland's interests and values, standing up for Scotland's voice being heard, and standing against the ability of a right-wing Conservative Party to impose whatever policies it wants on Scotland.
The betting companies say the odds are heavily in the Prime Minister's favour. If Theresa May wins a big majority, she'll be in a stronger position to pursue her own vision of Brexit. And its success or failure will define her legacy and this country's future. Barnaby, Phillips, Al Jazeera, Westminster in central London.